17 years have passed since Yaakov and his family went down to Egypt because of the famine that had been in Canaan. This week's parsha VaYchi starts with Yaakov seeing his time in this world swiftly coming to an end. To make sure that he will be buried as he wished, he made burial arrangements with his son Yosef, the viceroy of Egypt. Things return to normal, but Yaakov takes a turn for the worse. His condition deteriorates so much, it was reported to Yosef that Yaakov was very sick. Without hesitation, Yosef goes to see his father, even bringing with him his two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. As they arrive and Yaakov is informed of their entrance, the Torah says that Vayitchazek Yisrael Vayeshev al Hamitah. Yaakov gathered his strength and sat up on the bed. Why does the Torah, though, describe that it took such tremendous effort for Yaakov to sit up in bed by himself when all it was just to sit up in bed? Until I saw my father in his last few weeks of life, I never understood how huge of an effort this really was. Over the course of about 2 months, my father's strength literally deteriorated from walking to being unable to stand and then becoming completely bedridden. No matter how much we tried and how much the different doctors tried, he just became weaker and weaker and weaker until he could barely even move in bed. This is the situation that the Torah was describing. In the time leading up to his last moments in life, Yaakov had become completely bedridden and was barely able to even move in bed unassisted. The effort that Yaakov would need just to sit up in bed by himself would be enormous, yet he chose to do so. Why would Yaakov want to sit up on the bed when Yosef arrived? Rashi explains that even though Yosef was a son, Yaakov still wanted to give him the respect due to a king. That meant rising before him. But if Yaakov was so sick that he was completely bedridden and could barely move, wouldn't the king have forgiven him for not standing or sitting up before him? All the more so if that king was his own son. Why then did Yaakov insist on making the huge effort and giving Yosef that respect if it was completely unnecessary? One of the biggest joys for a parent is to see their children succeed. With his life at its end, Yaakov wanted to make sure that Yosef truly understood and appreciated Yaakov's satisfaction and pride in him, and indeed grateful that he was even there to see it come to pass. By giving Yosef the respect deserved for the king that he was, Yaakov was expressing his immense joy in seeing how Yosef had succeeded in this world. As such, he put in that extraordinary effort to give the proper respect to Yosef, to show how much it meant to him and how proud he was of his son and his accomplishments, all the while remaining true to God and to his family, even in the most trying of circumstances. Shabbat Shalom.